Hi everyone, this is Charul C Jaitly, the co-founder and managing partner of Mātiti People. Mātiti People is a part of Mātiti Group, and today is day 5 of our countdown series, my series of giving away. This is the season of giving, and I've decided for the last 10 days of this very extraordinary year 2020 that every day for my family here and for my own personal growth, I will be sharing tips, tricks and techniques on how we can ring in New Year with a little bit of a change in our perspectives, in the way we do things. And to be honest, I had a certain segment to talk about today. However, based on lots and lots of feedback and comments that I've received from many different social handles about the content that I've presented and prepared in the last few days, is around the need to wanting to understand how to make a good, social media video. How do you translate or transform all that beautiful content that you put down on paper, or the content that you have in your head, and how do you create a compelling and an engaging video? Now, it's a very common, very interesting, yet a tricky question. And I say tricky because there is lots of material out there. I mean, if you type on Google, just say, how to make a good video, you will have millions of articles to refer to and read about. The reason I call it a tricky question is because I think it's about what works for who. And there are many sub-layers to it. Who is the target audience? What is the subject that you're talking about? What are your subject matter expertise, and so on and so forth. So there are many influencers out there. There are many content creators out there who have done this for a long time. And there's a lot of focus on you, the presenter, like how you sit, how you look, your poise, your voice modulation, and how you smile, how much you smile, and your expression, and so on and so forth. And there is another genre which talks about, how should the content be curated to present, right? It talks also about, the applications that you use online to create a good video, the length of the video, what should be the background while you're speaking, what should be the light tone, and it's about more technical aspects of creating a presentation. Important, very necessary, and I think one should invest a good amount of time and research in understanding how they can upgrade the quality of their video through that aspect. Again, going back to why I said it was tricky, is because I think, again, it's very personal, and for me, I have 5 key parameters that I look into before I create, or while I create, or as I create a video content which will go online. And today I will unleash that secret, and I'll share with you the 5 areas, the 5 key components of the videos that I make, and what has been a game changer for me. I will begin the 5 key tips with the first one, which is very close to my heart, is about market yourself and your products and your service fearlessly. You are the best representation for your products and services. There's nobody else who can define your work, your products and services better than you, your own self. So be fearless about it. Don't be obnoxious, but don't stop yourself thinking that I'll say too much, or people will say I'm overdoing it, or people will think that I'm talking too much about it. It's all in the head. If you position and if you project yourself and your offerings with genuineness, with authenticity, and you put it out there, like I said, there is nobody else who can represent you better than you, your own self. So be fearless and market yourself fearlessly. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, which is very important, is believe in yourself. It has a great invisible power. And it's not about how many likes and how many comments you got on your previous segment or on your previous post, or you got less likes and comments on your previous posts, or how much your friends and your colleagues or even your family praised you for your work or did not praise you. Did they acknowledge your content or not? I think it's a great way of getting a measure of how your content is being perceived. But the litmus test really, and that's what sticks out for me, is believing in myself. If I'm genuine, if I'm authentic, if I know my content is curated with all the passion, then I will go around and talk about it as fearlessly as I spoke about in the first point. So believe in yourself and believe in that invisible power, and it will steer you through. So the third and the fourth tip is quite connected. So my third tip is that improvisation is overrated, and my fourth tip is that genuineness is underrated. And let me very briefly explain you what I mean by that. Improvisation is overrated. Improvisation is like, taking a blind shot at something that matters the most to you. And you know what? There are many stories, there are many tales, and there are a few sayings as well that, sometimes when you play in the blind, you might hit the bull's eye. But let me ask you, what are the chances, what are the odds of you hitting the bullseye with a blind shot? Perhaps 1 in a million, or 1 in hundreds, or 1 in thousands. Do you want your videos and your content to be left on luck? And do you want to just improvise thinking, oh, I'll play it along and I'll do as I go? Believe me, preparedness is important. Researching is important. Knowing your content and knowing yourself at the back of your hand is important. So improvisation is good. I think once in a while it will get you through those tricky situations. And it's a great tool to have in your kit. But I think it's overrated. And genuineness, I think, is underrated. And by genuineness, I mean your authenticity, your vulnerability, your ability to bring out the most important aspects of who you are, what matters to you. And that is really what connects the dots with your audience. So that's tip number 4. And talking about audience, my last and 5th tip today is about audience. Let's be sure to never underestimate your audience. Never underestimate your audience. You might have a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, a lot of research, and a lot of content that you can share. And of course, the audience will listen in and they will benefit from it. But remember, the audience just knows. They just know how genuine you are, how authentic you are. In the first few seconds, they will know if they are seeing this video till the end. And in the first few minutes, they will know if they're coming back to watch your another video or if they're subscribing to your channel. So what's very, very important is to establish that connect with the audience. And all the 4 tips that I've shared before will enable you to establish that connect with the audience. So whatever you do, whatever you create in your video, always look and think about it, what it means to your audience. Who is your audience? What will it mean to them? What can they take away? And audience, and you guys here for my video, are the most important aspect of creating a video. So just wrapping it up quickly, if you want to learn about the technicalities of creating a video, I would encourage you to just Google it, and there are many channels and YouTube videos and even articles on that. If you want to talk about how you should look, what should you speak, where, there are many articles on that. What I wanted to do was share my very personal 5 tips that have changed the game for me in terms of video content creation. And I hope you benefit from them. And last but not the least, just want to say that do not wait for perfection. Nothing is perfect and everything is perfect. Perfection, and the definition of perfection according to me, is highly subjective. Who defines perfection? Am I looking perfect today? Perhaps for my family, I looked perfect every day, regardless of what I wore and how I looked. But for somebody else who I meet for the first time, they might see me in a different light or definition of perfection. So it's important that you aim for your perfect version of yourself, but never wait to validate everything as perfect, because that might just beat you up and you might just end up creating, recreating, co-creating and creating again, deleting and replaying and recording again. And you might just, I have known, individuals who I have mentored, and they get highly self-critical. And that's got to do, with your previous programming about yourself and your self-esteem and self-worth. And today we're not talking about that, but there are many underlying factors to how you see yourself, in front of you. So I would say sometimes it's just best to take the plunge. If you follow everything that I've told you today, and you're talking about something which matters to you, and which is something that you're very passionate about, know that your video will be good, know that people would hear you, and know that people will appreciate what you're about to share. So let not perfection stop you or slow you down. With that, that's our close today. I hope you enjoyed your Christmas as much as I did and had beautiful time with your family and friends. Today is day 5 of our 10-day countdown series to New Year 2021, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening in. If you wish to receive this content in your inbox, do go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Instagram channel, Facebook page, and we will make sure that all of this information lands in your inbox and you have access to me and all my content, a click of a button. Thank you so very much. Wishing you the most amazing evening ahead, and I'll see you tomorrow. Until tomorrow, bye-bye.